What were you saying, Tommy?
I was gonna say it'd be really, really creepy if all of a sudden, when you're editing this, recording it, or after, and you hear like a fourth voice. That'd be awesome. But anyways, go on.
I hate you. I hope you know that.
That's going in the pod.
Yep. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 442 podcast. I'm DeZerbed, and as always, I am joined by the wonderful Tommy Sondy.
Hello, hello.
And the spooky Tony O.
Morning, boys.
Morning.
Spooky.
Yep. Spooky indeed.
It is Halloween, my friend, and if nothing else, you give me the chills.
Okay. Anything? Any more? Is there? Or
Halloween-related things?
Yeah.
We will get to that.
You've got a whole
We will
pot
definitely be getting to that.
Indeed.
Okay. Yeah.
I like Halloween. Halloween is when I was a kid, it was the best, man. There, Tony, you guys did
Tommy,
you guys do that?
What was your greatest costume as a child or as an adult?
Nothing compares to there when you showed me the picture of you as Jon Snow.
I do be having the hair and beard.
Yeah, it was that. Like, I honestly got nothing that compares to that. But honestly, I don't even remember if any good costumes. Probably just the generic stuff. Although what was funny is I think last year or the year before, I do this like I do this like park run thing, and it's like a community sort of run, and they had a costume themed one, and then I just had like the Michael Myers mask and running with that on the whole run, the whole 5K. There were a lot of there.
At any point, if you had been separated from the group,
I was.
It would have been terrifying for some poor person in the park.
Oh, that's what was funny is I was separated for the majority of it, and there were a lot of looks, and it was so funny. That was good. That was pretty funny. But yeah, Halloween's awesome.
Did not celebrate Halloween growing up, so yeah, not a lot of experience with Halloween costumes and trick-or-treating and all that. But I'm sure you boys will carry me through this episode if we're looking through scary material, I guess.
All right, so Tony's not the Halloween fan, huh?
Nope.
I mean, look, if we want to talk about scary, let's talk about Chelsea losing 4-1 to Brighton. Tommy,
that's quite scary.
Oh dear.
You know, when I was late to get into this game, and you see the text message saying from there, "Good morning, Tommy." You know right away. Like, it's not good. Something really, really bad's happening with your team to get that message. And lo and behold, it's already 2-0 when I'm tuning in here. And it got worse. It got worse because one of them was an own goal from Loftus-Cheek, and then later in the half, it's an own goal from Chalobah. And it was a pretty poor performance from Chelsea. A lot of defensive mistakes, especially from Thiago Silva, who was at fault for one of the goals. We lost Kepa to a foot injury, so Mendy comes in, and we got one back from who was it that scored?
Havertz.
Havertz got
really
the goal
nice
early in the second half. Nice header. But I never ever thought in this game I was like, oh yeah, we're coming back. It just it's our first loss under Potter. 9 games in, it's bound to happen at some point. You're gonna lose. You don't want to lose this way. Completely demolished and written off the park. Brighton were great. They came out, full guns blazing. Every time they attacked, they looked like a serious threat, which is props to them, but also scary with our defending.
Both the players and the crowd were absolutely up for it. Like, Potter was getting booed out the stadium. Cucurella was getting booed out. He got booed until he got subbed off.
Hey, rightfully so. That's what you do. That's what you do to players and managers that were that leave you. They deserve that.
You could say that Potter had a bit of a haunted look on his face on Halloween weekend.
He sure did. He sure did indeed. And I mean, take the loss. Hopefully we learn some things. Apply to the training pitch. Get some more. The one thing that really shocked me is like, even look at that fourth goal that we conceded. Mendy makes a couple saves before it goes in, but there's a very little work rate in terms of guys coming back to really. I mean, at that point the game's done. But
see, I was gonna ask, have there been any Chelsea performances that are filled with intensity this season? I feel like your players just really struggle to.
Oh, they do.
I don't know. Like, I don't know if it's the personnel, because I mean, you do have like Jorginho and Kovacic in midfield. They're nice on the ball, not exactly great off it, but just feels like.
It feels like we miss Conte. That's what it feels like.
Oh yeah, you definitely do.
I was gonna say just the energy that N'Golo Kante brings.
Oh yeah, I have a list of those. Keep throwing them out there, Daz. I love it. I love it. But no, Tony, you're right. We haven't had. I mean, apart from that one game, I think we played Spurs, but then it's Spurs, and they didn't really come out, and they had no midfield. So maybe it flattered us in terms of our intensity. But that's the one game that comes to mind where I'm like, yeah, we were super into it, super energetic, super intense. But I think, you could be right. It could just be the personnel, which is definitely true. Like Kovacic and Jorginho are not guys that are extreme workhorses, no matter how good they are on the ball. And you can see that in, Kovacic is tracking back on a couple of the goals.
Jorginho's too. Like, he gets bypassed so easily.
He does.
Like, I feel like a lot of your intensity comes from the wing backs. Well, comes from Reece James, who's missing. Pulisic as a wing back. He might just keep doing it. I don't know.
And it's honestly his finishing is frightening at times. Like, not good. Yeah.
Yeah, that rebound was wow. Yeah. I don't know. Unprofessional.
On the flip side, a first win for Roberto DeZerbed, and you have to say they deserved it.
Oh,
yeah.
Jesus Christ. Wow, we have a full part of this. This is going to be great.
It's going to be great. But,
I will break Tony before this episode is done.
Oh, they had that draw against Liverpool. That's what it was. Okay. Yeah, his first game was that 3-3 against Liverpool. Yeah. They've been playing well. Like, I don't know. I like the way they're set up still with DeZerbed. Doesn't look.
It's been the classic XG Brighton until this game.
So does Trossard normally start for Belgium? Is he one of their starters, or is he just like a bench player?
No chance he starts.
No chance. That's a shame. He's in some good form.
He is in some good form. I don't know that he's gonna play himself in the starting lineup, but if he keeps playing like this, might earn a few appearances off the bench. But so far, he only has 21 caps. Just looking at it now, 21 caps for Belgium. So
okay, yeah. Well, hey, Brighton, good win for Brighton. Hopefully, we move past this match. I mean, I'm assuming there's Champions League midweek, right? The end last group stage game. So so that we already got our tops. Hopefully, rest some guys there, maybe, and then come back next weekend and rewrite the ship. But we're in 6th place now.
For a Czech derby next week, Tommy.
It is, isn't it? Yeah. Big game. It's a bigger game for us. But I guess a big game for both of us. But whatever. Yeah, not coming in with a lot of confidence on that one.
I am looking forward to the group chat. I love an Arsenal-Chelsea game because I just get to sit back and watch you two bicker.
I hope there's some controversy. I hope there's some controversy in this one.
Last season was fun, yeah. Yeah. Hopefully Aspie's in fine form.
I mean, Let's move on from Chelsea's tricks to a bit of a treat. Liverpool 1, Leeds 2. I mean, I thought, you know what, they've lost to Forest last week. Surely there's going to be some kind of response from Liverpool. And they start off with Joe Gomez playing a blind pass across his own box to set up a tap-in for Rodrigo. They respond to that. Salah equalises. And then Liverpool just can't put the ball in the net. And then they just go down the other end. And if Patrick Bamford were in any kind of form, Leeds could have had 3 or 4.
Yeah.
But in the end, Crescencio Somerville, fantastic name by the way. More children should be named Crescencio. A great finish. Takes a shot early, beats Alisson, and Leeds win.
Yeah, when Suarez scored, I was certain that was like flood. Not Suarez.
Suarez?
I was like, what is going on?
Tommy, are you okay?
I've got a picture of
Tommy. What year is it?
I've got a picture of Suarez sinking his teeth into Chiellini, as because we got that thing we're doing later. So I just have a picture right in front of me. But when Salah scored, I was like, okay, this is when Liverpool opened the floodgates.
Tommy, just to stop you for a second, when you say I have a picture of Suarez biting Chiellini, for that thing we're doing later.
Oh yeah,
that's a weird sentence.
That's a weird statement.
That's a weird sentence.
Yeah.
Hey, we got keep the listeners on their toes. Yeah.
Okay. Keep their imaginations going. Sure.
Yeah, exactly. Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it didn't happen, right? It didn't happen. Hey, I'm all for the Liverpool loss because Chelsea go out and put a stinker in, and then Liverpool just come here and say, "Hey, no, Chelsea, it's okay. We're gonna one up you here, and we're gonna keep."
And yet, we still opened the pod with Chelsea. What does that say about you?
You guys just like shitting on Chelsea. That's what it says.
You lost 4-1.
That's what
to Brighton. I don't think this is
Brighton.
about
Yeah,
Brighton
you still
are
have the
better
worst
than
performance of the weekend. Don't worry.
Brighton are better than Leeds.
First win of the season,
for sure.
Their manager. But anyway, look, talking about Liverpool, I never seen anything like this before. They always concede the first goal. It's mental. Like they just can't start games with any kind of intensity. I mean, the first goal, even taking aside Joe Gomez's mistake, which it is, Van Dijk's not switched on either. Like, Rodrigo switches on way before him, but like it's nuts. They just can't start games with any intensity, and I mean, we've seen this with clubs teams before. We've kind of seen this with Liverpool. What was it? 2 seasons ago, I think, when they ended up finishing third, but they had games where they lost 7-2 to Villa. But I don't know. This feels different. This feels because these are the starters that are playing like this.
Yeah, that season I was gonna say they'd lost like most of their defense to injuries. So you had like I think Henderson and Fabinho dropping in and filling it.
Yeah, all of it.
Yeah, but this time around, Van Dijk's playing. Gomez, who was out that season, is playing. Trent played this game, right?
Trent played this game, but subbed up for Milner, which
is
not great for Trent. I don't know. They just lost. Midfield is lost. Attack is lost. Like, yeah, I know they miss Mane, but there's no part of Liverpool that's functioning properly. It's weird. I had tipped them to make it back into the top 4, but they lost to Forest last week, and losing to Leeds at home. It's just I don't know. Yeah,
it's just back to back, just results that. They would have penned in, like, these 2 games are 6 points. These 2 games are the games we used to get ourselves back on track. Because there's 2 teams that were down at the bottom of the table, not in any kind of form, poor defensively. And, I don't know, it's alarm bells time for Liverpool, I think.
Yeah, they got Tottenham next weekend. Napoli in midweek. So, could be a rocky...
But they're through in Champions League. That's not really.
They've qualified for the Champions League at least, so it takes some of the pressure off the Napoli game, if nothing else.
I do think teams are struggling to play after Europe as well. Um, Chelsea definitely are struggling. I think everyone's struggling really.
Oh, yeah.
Because Arsenal struggled as well after playing European games. So yeah, but I don't know, man. Klopp out. Who knows? We'll see.
I mean, I'm just saying, I'm all for that.
Closer to the relegation zone than they are to top four, which is nuts. Yeah. Anyway.
I mean, speaking of Champions League, Spurs have a big game coming up in midweek, and they tuned up for it with a come-from-behind 3-2 win at Bournemouth. Bournemouth are going to be kicking themselves. They had the run of this game. They were 2-0 up, and then they just collapsed.
They battered Spurs for... I don't know when it was that Spurs scored. Maybe 60th minute or something. I don't know, but... Up until then, Spurs hadn't had a kick. Yeah, Sessegnon scored in the 57th minute. Kiefer Moore, 2 really good goals. But, hey. Listen, I think it's a win Tottenham needed. Because they've not been great recently. It is good character to come from behind. I think the goalkeeper's going to be really upset with the Ben Davis header. Comes out, screams for it, and just punches there. What's his name? Tavares? Whatever. No one knows?
Nope.
Nope, I got no idea.
Okay. All right. I think it's
Ladies and gentlemen, 3 men that actively follow the Premier League cannot name a goalie.
I'm gonna say it's Travis and be corrected by someone who knows more. But yeah, it's disastrous goalkeeping, and Bournemouth collapsed afterwards. But hey, I still think they're shit. I'm not sure they're gonna be in the top 4 come end of the season, personally. But
It's going to be such a tough battle, especially with Newcastle, Liverpool trying to get in there, Chelsea trying, United. Yeah, it's going to be tough for Spurs, for anyone, to be honest. But yeah,
I mean, in the end, like the high-end talent just kind of won out for Spurs in this one.
yeah, I mean, nice finish on the end by Bentancur. Another set-piece goal,
but you mentioned
How much longer is Kulusevski out for?
I think he's out till at least after the World Cup. So
Jeez.
That's
Is he
not-
going to be able to play at the World Cup? No, did Sweden
they're
even
not.
qualify?
They didn't qualify.
They didn't qualify, did they?
Yeah.
Okay, well, he'll get a rest, he'll come back, and they desperately need him to sort of shake up that attack a little bit, because it's looking a little stale.
But
3-5-2 is not working. It's not working. Sorry, go ahead, Tommy.
yeah, I was gonna say you mentioned that you have a Champions League. They're in a group where all 4 teams have a chance to advance to the knockout stages final game day. So that's gonna be one to tune into.
Yeah, they go to Marseille, right?
Yeah.
They're currently
Yes.
top.
I think it's not only can all 4 teams advance, I think all 4 teams can finish in any of the 4 positions in the group.
That's wild. That's just cool for a final day. Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, what I find a little less crazy is Arsenal doing what Liverpool should have done last week and putting 5 past Forest. I'm going to be honest, my eyes glazed over at 2-0 in this game because I knew it was done.
Yeah. Arsenal needed this game, I think. We kind of just needed a reset. And Forest at home is a pretty good fixture for that. If not been great in the last few weeks. Still managed to pick up results here and there. But, yeah, Saka, he was on a tear very early on. Got kicked out of the game. Reps keep refusing to protect him. I have feelings on that, but can save that for another pod when I'm a bit more upset. Yeah, he set up Martinelli. We lost our way for a bit.
This is all this. You know what, Tony? All this makes me want to do is just actively try to upset you just before we start recording.
Yeah.
Well, I think there's a bit of nuance to the lack of protection that certain players get. That's all. I mean, Salah doesn't get protection. Saka doesn't get protection. Zaha doesn't get protection. You know, Grealish, you can sneeze on him and he's, you know. I just have feelings. But There's no need to.
Hey,
really
maybe
go
next
too
week.
far out.
Maybe next week we'll hear more of that when maybe Saka doesn't get a call in a game against Chelsea or something like that. Some bogus. I don't know. I'm sure something will come up.
Well, I'm hoping Saka plays next week, right? And I'm hoping he goes to the Euros because he tried to play on, but he couldn't. Right? He took a really bad kick to the ankle. So, to the Achilles. So we'll see. But hey, now really good for Nelson. He grabbed the opportunity, scored 2 goals, he called it a cheeky assist for Partey. Almost a perfect game. Only thing missing was a goal for Jesus. We were all pretty desperate for him to score, but the guy just cannot finish right now. He's thrashing at everything. He was really desperate to score, I think. Too desperate to score, really. Finishes the game having set up 3 goals, but yeah. Our number 9 needs to start scoring. I'm glad that others are carrying the goal-scoring mantle while he's trying to get his form back. And he is contributing a lot and unlocking our attack, but just so it doesn't become a thing. That's all.
Hey, I'll take the fact that he's still assisting because I captained him this week, and guys, I'm up to 16th place now. 16th place, moving up. Yeah.
Congrats on being just above the relegation zone.
Exactly. Well, the relegation zone is like 30th, man.
Okay, so you're perfectly mid-table.
Yeah. Tony, you're dropping. And I'm coming up.
I got more points than you this weekend.
You're dropping. You're 5th place now? You were 2nd, man, the other day or the other week.
No, I wasn't.
Now you're 5th.
You're making stuff up.
Now you're
I've been 5th for about.
Is there still hanging up at the top? Is there still there? But Tony's dropping, and I'm coming.
I had De Bruyne as captain, man. Even in all this talk, I still had more points for my captain than you. But anyway, keep kidding yourself. It's fine. I believe I'm arguing with a man in 16th place.
Why are you entertaining this, Tony? You just breeze past it. He's not worth it.
I rather not. It's going to be too easy next week. Then, eh? Too easy.
So easy.
Oh, I love it. Keep going, Tommy. This is what you said last season. I remember how worked up you were last season. It's hilarious. Hopefully Aspie plays.
On the flip side for this game, is there a path to survival for Nottingham Forest?
They are a testament of how not to build a football team. Jesus Christ. Like, 23 new players? I don't...
Something like that.
I just... Like...
I mean, I remember a couple of years ago when Fulham came up, they went on like a spree and signed like 10 or 11 new players.
Didn't work.
And it got them relegated because they just couldn't click together. This is an even more extreme version of that.
This is a tough...
And, there's... What game have they played where they've actually... Like, I know they have, I think, 2 wins this season, but neither of them were like, oh, Forest were the better team on the day. They're relying on, basically, Dean Henderson making 10 saves and them nicking a goal. That's the only way they're winning games.
Did they beat...
I forget who... It was Villa or West Ham. It was one of the claret and blue teams. I think it was West Ham early in the season. And then Liverpool last week. And both times, it was... I think the West Ham game, Dean Henderson saved a penalty. West Ham hit the post a couple of times. We've already talked about the Liverpool game to death. Like...
Why do you think...
This doesn't look like a team that can win games.
Why do you think they gave Steve Cooper a new contract? Like...
Probably because he's shown he's a good manager in the Championship.
So they're preparing for a life down on... Okay, well,
that's all I can see. Like, you wouldn't really give him one based on his work in the Premier League, but if you took out his work in the Premier League and you just looked at his work in the Championship, yeah, you'd give him a new contract, wouldn't you?
I mean, they were praised for it. I don't get it. It doesn't make sense to me because conceded 28 goals now, most in the Premier League this season.
Yeah, they lost.
They've only scored 8. Like, nothing is working.
Yeah, they lost that game to Leicester, and I was for certain that was going to be someone getting sacked, and the next day he gets a new contract. But what's going in their favor is a lot of other teams are not doing that great, so they're not that far. They're only 3 points from safety at
Yeah,
the moment,
but-
right? It's just, I mean, their performances don't scream, oh, we're going to put in some more wins, but other teams
They're
are not really doing a great job of distancing.
They're chasing Wolves and Leicester. Wolves and Leicester are not getting relegated.
You got
So-
Southampton is in that talk. Bournemouth right there. Like Leeds. I'm not like crazy that these guys are going to be putting in amazing performances week in and week out. Also, so it's not. They're not so far away.
They're not,
Just based on other teams.
but I don't see how they're turning around. Well, we're only a third of the way through the season,
Lots
so
of
who
time.
knows?
Yeah, lots of
Yeah.
time.
I don't see the players. That's all. Just don't see the players there. Jesse Lingard looks like a joke. Yeah, that was
It's
just
insane.
Yeah.
Insane to me that they're paying him that much money. But,
You wanna
I
move
mean,
on to-
speaking of Lingard, let's move on to his former team. Man United 1, West Ham 0. Generally, quite happy with that. Rashford getting his 100th goal for the club. Beautiful cross from Eriksen. Great header from Rashford. Yeah, generally a very solid performance. Like, last 10 minutes were a little bit shaky, but De Gea came up with the saves when he needed to.
And good
I
good
don't know.
saves.
I'm
indeed, yeah.
quite happy with that.
I thought the Rice one was in. What a hit! Like,
Yeah, oh my god, he caught that so well.
yeah, came just after Bowen's shot was blocked on the line, more or less on the line by Maguire.
Big Harry Maguire. Came back in, didn't completely shit the bed. Had a bit of a shaky first half, got turned a couple of times.
Shock.
Him running back towards his own goal is just still one of the most terrifying things in football.
Says you.
Keep your haunted houses, keep your ghosts and ghouls. Just don't show me. If I walk into a haunted house and I just see Maguire running towards his own net, I'm turning around and leaving. That's too much for me. But he had a good second half. Came up like big in terms of just getting the ball away from our box. Players were putting their bodies on the line. I thought Diogo Dalot had a very good game. Right back.
Yeah,
No, I'm happy with it.
yeah. United look good. Ronaldo's still a bit. Well, not a bit. He's misfiring. Just cannot do anything right.
Yeah,
Goal.
his first half was particularly annoying. Second half, he started making better runs and getting himself into like decent positions, but the finishing is still not there, which is a weird thing to say about Ronaldo because that's the one thing that is always there.
Yeah, it turns out 36 that was the magic number for him. I kind of think as well he probably just needs a run of games to get into the groove of things. But I know he's had a bit of a run with Martial's injury. Sancho's just he doesn't play anymore. Is that the thing? 'Cause I don't think he came off the bench in this game, did he?
He did not.
Okay.
Oh, that's not going to help my my bet with you, Tony. If he's not even getting games in, that sucks.
You know what might help?
I
your
mean,
bet?
in fairness, Anthony had a knock, so he didn't play this one either.
All right, even Stevens then. Good stuff.
If he could stop spinning around for half a second,
Yeah, I saw
might
that.
actually.
I absolutely love that.
fucking-
I love how annoyed people got about it.
It's just
I
stupid.
thought it was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it is hilarious. Well,
It was so funny.
No, people were comparing that to like Joe Benito, and like that's not the stuff that I remember. You know,
Nope.
guys like Ronaldinho doing.
Why?
No,
My thing is like, why are people so upset?
pick,
Kids just doing a few spins. Why are you getting upset?
Well, I'm not upset.
Why
all
not?
the pundits
I just
getting
thought it
mad
was
about
dumb.
it. No, I'm not saying you guys are upset. All the pundits that are getting mad about it
Oh, they
need to get the stick
they
out.
I think it's
always.
just.
They
Well,
always
no,
get
wait,
upset.
wait. I do think it's disrespectful. I do think it's disrespectful to your opponent. You're like, I don't know, especially when you give the. I think it's disrespectful to your teammates as well.
Yeah, 'cause his pass was off.
Because if I was his teammate, I'm fucking tearing into him. Like, you can't do that. We're trying to win a game.
All right, go ahead. I mean, isn't a Europa League game that doesn't sure slightly disrespectful to the opponents, but I don't mind that when it's a player doing a trick.
It's not a trick. Well, it's a circus act.
He's doing a bunch of spins.
What I
Okay.
find funny what it was the worst most is that he goes ahead and misplays
He
the
kicks it
pass.
out. Yeah.
Like
he
if you're gonna
kicks
do
it
that,
out.
at least keep the ball or do something. Then it looks better on you. It's like you do something like that and then you give it away. It's like okay, that's where you lose.
I love skills in football.
You guys are way more upset about this than I am, and it's my own team that gave the ball away. So
Okay. Well,
I don't know. You guys, you can relax, Tony. Why don't you relax?
I just remember playing with certain players on my team who did shit like that.
Oh
And,
man,
he used
I
to blow my.
remember
Yeah. Anyway, whatever. It's
Thing
your.
is,
I'm glad he's your player.
Anthony's been coming up with the goods since he joined us so far.
I don't.
He can do tricks.
Okay, if you say so.
All right, we'll move on. We'll move on to a more serious team that Tony can enjoy.
No.
Newcastle beating Villa
I'm
4-0.
I am getting my Nelson
Hey, Tony.
Sancho stat in there. It's taking.
Oh,
it's-
your little stat.
Yeah, it's taking Reece Nelson just 20 minutes to match Sancho's production for the entire season. That's all I'm saying.
And my counterpoint is that Reece Nelson has played against Nottingham Forest and Jadon Sancho hasn't.
That's your desperate attempt to cover up Sancho?
That is my counterpoint.
Okay. All
Moving
right.
on, Newcastle 4, Aston Villa 0. Newcastle are officially a problem.
I called it. I told you, boys. They are here now. They have no Europe. They're a good team. They're playing maybe the third best football at the moment in the league. One loss all season as well.
wait, third best, of course, behind City. Who else? Behind who else?
City and Arsenal. The fuck are
Oh,
you talking
Arsenal.
about?
You're putting Arsenal there. Okay. Gotcha.
City and Anthony.
You know what? You know what's great about
Look,
what's great about Newcastle? Is that
I can hear Tony
he's
bristling.
fuming. You've got him.
No, I'm trying to move on. I
There-
think it was very funny.
Uzair, go back.
So-
Let's go back to the Arsenal game, and maybe we can talk about Saka getting kicked off the pitch now, and then now Tony will go off. But
no, I don't think so.
listen, Newcastle, you're right, guys. Like they have Isak is out, right? Or Isaac, however you guys say. He says it, but Wilson's just come in and been like scoring goals, like fantastic.
In fairness, Callum Wilson always
he's
scores
always
goals. The
scored
issue with
goals,
him
yeah.
is always just staying fit.
Yeah.
I mean, they have two guys, two strikers who score. Like that's awesome. Not many teams have that. I'm come from Chelsea. I'm jealous. I mean, I have strikers that score. What? This is unreal.
I can guarantee you, if either of them joined Chelsea, they would somehow turn
Oh,
into
yeah.
pumpkins
Of
because that's just what you
of
do to
course.
forwards.
Of course.
They ended up playing wing back. That's what happened.
Is that way? And
Yeah.
Almiron, another goal, another banger. Like this guy is possessed.
6-6 for Miguel Almiron. Jesus.
Yeah, where's that comparison
Damn,
with Jack?
I need Jack Grealish to talk shit about me on social media. Apparently, that's the key to unlocking talent.
I think Grealish has like one goal contribution the entire season.
Oh, so as
Yeah,
much
good.
as Sancho? Could you compare those two now?
No, Sancho has 3.
Sancho has
Sancho
three.
has two.
Oh,
2 or
that's
3.
amazing.
He has 3 goal contributions. Grealish has. Let me just check here, so I'm not, saying absolute nonsense. But I'm pretty sure he has like 1 goal. That's it. No assist. Apparently, he's having a good season. Okay. Okay, but Almiron's having.
Whomst out there is saying that Grealish is having a good season.
He has defenders. Grealish he has his defenders. We know.
I think he had a good game. Remember there's that one game where
He has not had a good game. I'm not like he had an
no,
okay game.
he had a good game. I forget now where it was, but
He didn't. He did not score assist.
he didn't get a score. He didn't go like a score or assist. You're right. That's true.
Nope. Like
Hey,
he's a forward.
Hey, I'm all for it because you know what. He called out Almiron pretty bad at the end of the last season, and now he's getting it because Almiron took it personally, and he's proven that he can score. So, hey, where's Mahrez in all this? You know what? I have this guy's a ghost.
I can't wait for.
He's missing a penalty in midweek.
Yeah. I
Do you
can't
guys
wait
see-
for Almiron to unveil a shirt of Grealish at the end of the season. Just
Please,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah.
But yeah, Newcastle are good. They're in the top 4 now.
On the flip side, Aston Villa, no manager for this one, but they have appointed Unai Emery. I believe he takes charge for their next game, which is against us.
Is it?
So
I thought it was supposed to work out.
Yep.
Okay, that's good because I was wondering how they'd be without a manager for so long. I'm looking forward to Uncle and I being back in the Premier
Me
League.
too.
Yeah.
I think it's a good appointment. He's very good at organising a defence, as we've seen from Villarreal. Well, obviously you don't. He was a disaster at Arsenal, but he's been very good everywhere else, and I do think he deserves another shot in the Prem.
He wasn't good at PSG either, but
oh, I forgot he was at PSG.
yeah. Aston Villa is more his level.
Stepping down to the lower level clubs where he's had a lot of success with Sevilla, Villarreal. I mean, I'd say Villa are a level below them too, but
I think
he's good with an underdog team.
I think the problem he might find is that, look, his football is not great to watch. And when you are that kind of coach, you kind of need to achieve something to keep buy-in. I wonder if the Premier League's going to be too tough for him to do that. Maybe not. Maybe he'll surprise us. But there's a lot of competition to break into those top 7 spaces, as we know. But, hey, listen, I'll be watching because I actually am interested to see how he does with a club of Villa stature. It's weird to me that he turned down Newcastle only to sign for Villa a few months later. Considering Newcastle was a more attractive project, but I don't know. Maybe he's just decided to not work with a certain kind of player.
Villarreal were in the Champions League when Newcastle approached him last season, so maybe that factored into it. Like he wanted to complete a Champions League season with Villarreal.
Well,
but again, that's just speculation. Let's move on. We've alluded to them already, but Man City beat Leicester 1-0. You know, no Erling Haaland, no problem. Kevin De Bruyne is still the best midfielder in the Premier League.
No Haaland to pass to, just passes it into the net. What a free kick. It's just, I think it's the best midfielder in Premier League history. Honestly.
Yeah, he's up there.
Yeah. He's just...
I mean, like, I don't know. It's City. They win. You know, only 1-0 though. So, man, maybe not quite as much bite as they have when Haaland plays. Which is the desperate thread that I will cling on to.
Is he out long term, or is it just like a little knock?
It's a little knock, but we don't know how long it's going to keep him out for. But I don't think it's going to make that much of a difference to City.
Oh no, people in FPL will finally have to actually make a decision about their captain.
Yeah, they have Fulham next week. Should be pretty straightforward, I would think, for them at home.
But I mean, I think they've already got their Champions League group sewn up, so they can afford to rest him midweek again.
Yeah, Alvarez will play. Leicester almost equalized. Tielemans with a sensational effort that got tipped onto the post by Edison. But, pretty straightforward in the end, unfortunately.
Hey, at least Leicester.
That just seems to be the City way. Yeah. Pretty straightforward.
Mm-hmm.
Leicester have at least sorted out their defending a bit. Only conceding one here, and they had a couple clean sheets coming off the back of clean sheets. So at least they've kind of righted the ship, I should say. Yeah. But yeah, that's all I got.
I genuinely have not much else to say about this game.
I think that was
Dead silence might have given that away.
The team in
that
second
was
place.
Your cue to go to
the team in second place, and we got that one talking.
I was looking something up. I'd forgotten what game we were talking about next because the last 3 games of the week are all kind of nothing games.
It's
but
Brentford.
we'll skate through them.
It's Brentford Wolves, no?
It's Brentford 1, Wolves 1.
Mm-hmm.
Couple of nice goals in this one. And an even nicer red card. Ruben Neves, we knew he had it in him. but he loves a crack from the edge of the box. Ben Mee, we didn't know he had it in him. A little acrobatic finish from the former Burnley man. And then, the moment we're all here for, Diego Costa getting himself sent off.
Guy's an idiot. I'm glad. There's one thing VAR is good for. It's him finally getting the red cards he deserves. First ever red card in the Premier League. Imagine that. Diego Costa.
That's a stat
mental.
for you right there. He's washed up, man. Like it's hard. I don't know if he's gonna score a goal this entire season. To be honest,
I don't know, man. I think he's been pretty dangerous. I mean, he's not going to play the next 3
Like-
games.
because all the
Like,
chances.
dangerous in terms of he's going to harm his opponents?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's because
I think Wolves'
everything.
attack looks better with him there.
Yeah,
I
because
don't know.
everything they try to get everything to him, so he gets so many chances in a game, but he can't finish. He can't connect that. I'm sorry, what I've seen, maybe he's just rusty, and that's what it
Yeah,
is. And the more he plays, but if he's getting red cards, he's not gonna be playing that much.
True.
So yeah, we'll see. I just don't think he's gonna really score too many goals.
I mean, the other game we have is Palace beating Southampton 1-0. Also, Edouard getting the only goal of this game. Nice little result for Palace, a game that they would have gone into expecting to win. Southampton had their chances, but couldn't really find a way back.
Yeah, it was a game Palace needed to win. They've not been on a great run. I think only 1 or 2 wins in 5 or something like that. So, yeah. But I think Southampton will be disappointed not to come away with the game. Che Adams missed some gilt-edged chances.
They definitely had the chances to at least steal a point away from this one.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of stealing a point, we'll finish with Fulham 0, Everton 0. I'm told that Jordan Pickford made a bunch of saves in this one. I genuinely have no memory of this game.
Yeah,
I saw this game and can't remember anything. So,
you'd be right. Pickford made some saves, yelled at some people, and that's your point right there. That's it.
Awesome.
Pickford is that guy that always looks slightly hammered. Even when he's like stone cold sober, I look in his eyes and I'm like, you could be drunk right now.
I'm sure there's a running gag about him at raves. I just can't remember what it was. It's been a while since anyone's made a reference to it, but yeah, he is that guy, Jordan, and we'll be seeing him at the World Cup. Great.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so since it is Halloween today, Tommy had a little idea that I personally fully back because it just lets me go apeshit with puns. Tommy had the idea that we should put together a Halloween-themed 11. Just a general 11. Was it a Premier League 11, Tommy?
No,
or just a general
just
11?
anyone, any footballer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
As you can tell, listen, I am not prepared for this segment. So, yeah.
No, but like the idea.
Tony is not doing his homework.
That's okay, Tony. I'm sure you, when it comes to your turn, you'll probably have someone in mind. But so the idea is like,
You're giving me too much credit.
maybe I
Way too
am.
much credit.
Yeah. Tony, if you don't, I'll bail you out, my friend. Don't you worry.
But yeah, a Premier 11 and a manager because we definitely come up with a manager for this team, and just kind of go one by one, putting in a name for in the squad, and just go like that until we get a nice scary 11 aside.
All right, in that case, Tony, since you're so prepared, why don't you start us off with the goalie?
Okay. So I'm now thinking about any goalie since you said. it
Well,
can
we
be
made
any
it
goalie.
hard for them. Not a goalie. Just pick a player and a position. Because you have 2 goalies, right? We'll go with one of yours.
Why would I make it easy for him?
No, we gotta come on. Give the guy some slack here.
Absolutely not.
Sure.
No,
I could go.
Let me know if you need some help.
I think. Isn't there a count called Gomez? Pretty sure. What was the name of the Adams family guy? Was it Gomez? Maybe not. Can't remember.
Yeah, it's Gomez.
All right, I'm picking Gomez. I'm gonna pick Gomez.
Gomez from the Addams family.
Yep, exactly that. No, I'm gonna pick. Is it Aurelio Gomez or whatever his name is? Former Tottenham Watford goalkeeper. Yeah, he's gonna make it in there. Right. Just thought of that now. I'm pretty proud of myself.
Tony, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Your other options that you could have had were Asmir Begovic and Petr Check the Closet.
I don't think that one's great.
Wow, no response.
No
response.
That was great. Not even from
Silence.
Tommy.
Oh, I was hoping Azar would actually come up with found a goalie who had a real last name. You know what I mean? That.
Oh no! All of my things are puns.
Oh,
I have gone for nothing.
You've gone off
No.
puns?
We are
Oh.
playing for puns. Okay. We have absolutely gone. I was told a Halloween themed 11 was what we were doing. As a result, I made Halloween themed puns.
Y'all did your homework and still failed. Wow.
yeah,
Okay.
pretty much. Yeah.
Who's next?
Actually, one of the names I have isn't a pun, which is why I will not be saying it.
Jens Lehmann. Schmeichel. No.
No.
That's scary. They screamed
Tell you what, I'll put in. I believe he played as a striker.
What?
Norwich legend, your friend and mine, Ricky Van Werwolfswinkel.
Ah.
I knew that was coming. Yeah. Is he gonna be partnered with Robin van Persie?
What?
Two up top.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Robin van Persie.
Yeah.
Like vampire.
Vampire. Yeah.
Yep.
those
Yeah, he's
guys.
definitely getting. Yep.
Okay. Wow. The bar is really low tonight. Or, this morning.
We are.
I mean, it's
struggling for content.
It's really hard to omit, Luis Suarez from our
Okay,
forward line.
guys,
Really
we are
hard.
a goalkeeper right now. What is going on?
It's flexible.
Well,
It's
we have a
flexible here.
goalkeeper and we have two forwards. That's
So-
what's happened so far.
So we have Van Persie over Suarez. Wow.
No, we can do three
Well,
up top.
we're not.
We'll
Look,
do
the theme is Halloween.
Yeah.
It's just a shit show.
just do a 4-3-3, and Tony, it's your choice now for that third forward. So we got
We have
Ricky
three
Van
forwards.
Werwolfswinkel.
We already have three forwards.
No, we
have
only
Van
got
Persie
two.
on-
We only got
What?
two. We need one more. One more forward. Go, Tony.
Suarez.
There we go. Perfect. Suarez is in. Suarez, Van Persie, and Werwolfswinkel are our front three.
This might be the shittest thing we've ever done.
Yep, it's up there.
All right. So it's my turn. Midfielder, Gravison.
Do you remember his first name?
No, I do not.
It's your name.
Jesus
It's
Christ.
your
Oh yeah, it's
fucking
Tommy
name.
Gravison. Yeah,
You
yeah.
have the same name.
I just remember this guy in Real Madrid just being an absolute monster. He was terrifying. And look, Grave is in his name, so I didn't. I didn't
that's the
have
entire
to.
thing. I was just like, hey, pun.
So I didn't have
Pun.
to make up a name for a pun. It's already built in. You see? Perfect.
Am I allowed to come up with the pun now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Fabian Scare.
Jeez.
Okay.
At centre back. The guy told me, didn't it?
I don't know how, but yeah. Looks like
I
you-
thought.
Go ahead,
I thought you were
Tony.
gonna go Martin Scaredle.
Scaretle.
Yeah.
That was my other option.
Okay, what's your other option?
Yeah,
Good to know. Good
that's
to know,
that's
yeah.
your other center back. Yeah.
Good to know.
All right. I have no idea. Yeah.
Just Tony.
What
go
what
this
do
way.
we have left?
I mean,
Good.
hey,
For-
midfielder or wing back.
Yeah. Forget the puns. Just go with who's like.
I wasn't going with puns.
All right.
Roy
Tony?
Keane was
Remember
terrible.
Roy
puns.
Keane. Like
Always remember
there's
the
a good
puns.
there's a good choice. He was terrifying. Yeah.
You know what? When we look at this team at the end, you're going to present it to someone and be like,
Oh.
what the fuck are these people doing?
Vinny, special mention for Vinny Jones.
Oh yeah, Vinny Jones was on my list too.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
I just found out that he was in the X-Men movie. Like,
Yep.
He was Juggernaut. Didn't know that.
Oh, that makes so much sense.
Yeah, he always had the mask on, right? So didn't really see who was underneath. But Yeah. Anyway.
Tommy, we need a midfielder and we need fullbacks.
So I'm gonna go with
Did you say
Gattuso.
midfielders? We don't need midfielders.
Yeah, we need one more midfielder.
Oh.
Yeah,
Go
I'm gonna
ahead, okay.
go with Gattuso because this guy is the embodiment
Gattuso's
of
not
terrifying.
scary.
He is
He's
scary.
not scary.
He is
Sister,
scary. I'm
he's
sorry.
funny, man.
No,
Yeah.
he scares me. He scares me.
Gattuso is objectively hilarious.
Yeah, he was funny to me. Just see this little guy
Okay.
screaming and kicking people. It's like,
My other,
Yeah,
here's my other option. If you don't like Gattuso, we can cancel him out. But because of his eyes,
Man, I gave you N'Gulo Kante for free earlier in the episode.
but
too.
I can't use. I wanted to use a real name. Ozil, just because of his eyes, freak me out.
you said
No,
you want to use
I'm
a
not
real name.
accepting.
Wait, hold on. You said you want to use a real name, then you say Ozil. I don't get it. Like, I thought you were gonna make a real name that's scary.
Just because he has large, buggy eyes
yeah.
doesn't mean he's
Yeah,
frightening.
that's frightening. To me, that's frightening.
It's
Yeah.
not. There's nothing frightening.
Yes, I'm
about,
frightened.
Oh my fucking god.
We are learning a lot about Tommy on this podcast.
Tony, can I refuse to accept Ozil?
All right, then Gattuso. You got to put Gattuso in there.
I
These are
think
both shit.
N'Gulo Kante is a better pick. Sorry, Tommy.
There we go.
Breaks your heart, but
You've
Brad's
been
heart is broken.
overruled. Look, Tommy, that's how bad your effort was. Tony went for a pun over it.
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm really disappointed in Tony, to be honest.
Ozil does not belong in scary 11. I'm sorry. Like, yeah.
Oh, well.
There's nothing scary about Mesut Ozil.
Even if his eyes are a bit buggy or owly, but yeah.
That's the connection right there.
Hey, at left back, you're gonna love this. Spook Shaw.
No.
How about
We can do better than that.
How about
We cannot.
yes, we can. How about Branislav
Hey,
Ivanovic?
Tommy, you got a right back
How
for
about
me?
Branislav Ivanovic?
He's not.
Tell
a
you
left
what,
back.
I'll put him in at right back. It's fine. We need a right back.
Okay.
So Spook Shaw's making it in. Okay. All right.
That's our team, and
Can you
Jesus
please read out
Christ.
the team because I
This
can't
is-
remember anyone anymore.
In net we have Aurelio Gomez Adams. In defense we have Branislav Ivanovic, Fabian Scare, Martin Skertel, and Spook Shaw.
It's a good
In
defense.
midfield we have N'Gulo Kante, Thomas Gravison, and Roy Keane. And up top we have Luis Suarez, Robin van Persie, and Ricky van Werewolfswinkel. And I think all three of us are filled with a lot of regret.
Hey, that's not a bad team. That's not a bad team at all.
Count Emery for manager.
Yeah, I'm voting for that
Oh
too,
yes,
yeah.
Count Dracula himself, Unai Emery, vampire-looking ass.
I'm glad.
My other choice for manager was Frankenstein Lampard.
Ooh, I like that. I like that one too. Yeah. Okay.
You can slot him in as an
Assistant,
coach.
yeah.
I am glad
Eh,
this exercise is over.
Was there any names that we didn't get to from your list?
Oh yes,
It is not over.
Alexander Mitrovic,
okay.
Alexander Wobist, Asmir Begovic, Boobin Diaz, Thiago Silva Bullet, Diogo Dallo, Max Kilman, who was the one normal name I had, Wayne Booney, and I believe that was all I had.
Yeah, the only other name that I have, it was the only pun name because I didn't include him, was Julian Draxula.
That's
a
good.
One. That's a good one. Yeah.
Wow. Why didn't you say that one? You went for Luis Suarez instead of that. Luis Suarez fucking boring.
Because my way of going about it was having
Boring.
real player names instead of the pun.
Ridiculous.
Just
We should have definitely discussed this.
Or you know what you can do?
before.
You can take out Roy Keane and put Draxler in there. Put Van Persie at 10. or
I
something.
think that is what I will be doing.
Yeah.
Roy Keane, I'm so sorry, my friend. Julian Draxula
Yeah.
is in instead.
I think
Because
Suarez.
that is too good to not include.
I think Suarez has done enough to earn his place.
Oh, definitely. Suarez stays for sure.
Yeah, but he's boring.
3
No,
career
come
bites.
on.
I'm sorry, that's not boring.
Yeah.
3 career bites.
Yeah, bored. Well, but it's not a pun, so I'm bored.
Okay.
For more nonsense like that, please follow us on Instagram and Twitter and subscribe wherever you get your podcasts at 44Took. All that's left to say is thank you for joining me, Tommy.
Happy Halloween, guys.
And I'm so sorry for putting you through that, Tony.
Yeah, good stuff. At least some of it, I think.
Was it?
Some of it, up until about 45 minutes in was enjoyable.
Yeah, it was great until we got to the last 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.